What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the main event. I'm Daniel. And yeah, WrestleMania 10. 10 years in the making. Going back to, what is that, like March 20th? March 22nd? Almost at March 20th, but that don't sound right. And it's, we're at Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York. And we're in front of like 18,000 fans. And the main event, special guest, special guest, let's go through the list real quick. Special guest, timekeeper, Jennie, Garth, special guest, ring announcer, Burt Reynolds, special guest referee, Rowdy Piper, world title match, Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji and James E. Cornette going up against Bret, Hitman, Hart. Yeah, this is one of my favorite WrestleManias right here. And even though in a lot of people's minds, it's really a two-match, event, Owen and Bret, and the ladder match. I think a lot of good stuff's good on here. Like, I enjoyed quite a bit of this event. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I'm sure not all of it would hold up like it did when I was little. I like the Bam Bam Dink Doink Luna mixed tag match myself. But but this match right here, yeah, this is the first time where I actually did buy Bret as a main eventer, or I guess not. Obviously in the Royal Rumble as well, but this is around the time where I was like, yeah, I was actively rooting for him. Like, I didn't feel he was the major underdog that he has always been before. Like, now I was just like, no, he can get the job done if he can just get that bum knee taken care of. So yeah, we all know the setup, but we'll go through it anyways. Luger and Hart both win the Royal Rumble. Luger's been feuding with Yokozuna since before SummerSlam, doing the whole body slam thing, and because at this point Yokozuna's just tearing ass through WWF, even going as far as taking out Savage and Crush and everything else, and he's just dominating. So Luger puts a stop to it to body slam him. This leads to the SummerSlam match, which Yokozuna retains the title, even though he lost via countout. And of course, on the same path, Bret and Owen were feuding. It started at Survivor Series when Owen was the only person on his team eliminated. And he got mad, took it out on Bret. And then, of course, this would lead to their tag title match at Royal Rumble with the Hart brothers taking on the Quebecers. They would lose. The Harts would lose because of a referee's decision, because Bret was too injured to go on, which caused Owen to flip out and attack Bret. And then, of course, he was demanding a match. So it was coin toss time, because Bret and Lex each won the Royal Rumble after they both eliminated each other. And so it was due to a coin toss to see who would face Yokozuna first. And Luger won, so he got to face Yokozuna first. So Bret had to fight Owen in the opening match. So that way, and then he was guaranteed to fight whoever the champion was in the main event. Which means that, both guys would have to already fought one person. Owen defeated Bret in a huge upset, which, when we watch it now, it's like, well, it wasn't really an upset. They were evenly matched or whatnot. But when I was a kid, I was like, holy shit. Like, I didn't expect Owen to win. I figured Bret had it, bar none. But Owen picks up the win in a hell of a match. And then later on, Lex Luger fighting Yokozuna, he loses by DQ because Mr. Perfect decided to try to wake everybody up, make sure they're out of the ring first before he makes a pinfall. So ridiculous. And then of course Luger gets mad. I can't remember if he shoved him or if he just grabbed him by the shirt, but either way, Mr. Perfect disqualifies Luger, ends the match. So here we have it, Yokozuna versus Bret Hart. So we got the match set up. Look at the celebrities real quick. I don't know who the fuck Jennie Garth was. I literally still don't know who she is. There's she was Kelly from 90210. I never watched 90210, so I have no idea. When they said she plays Kelly on, I was hoping they'd say Saved by the Bell. I was like, oh, maybe it's that Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Nah, it was some chick from 90210, so I was like, timekeeper, do your job right. And then we've got Burt Reynolds, which I love Burt Reynolds, so we're good there. And then Piper, he is the special guest referee of this match. So yeah, there you have it. Let's get into the actual match itself. Zuna dominates for a vast majority of it. Once again, Bret's gimped out like he is for the past year and a half, 2 years. It's seriously, his entire the entire time in the new generation, he's just my knee hurts. Every match I get into, my knee hurts. Sympathy for me. Yeah, Yokozuna kind of dominates for a vast majority of it. I do like that Piper gets right in Yokozuna's face. Like, literally, he's not going to be intimidated or anything. At one point, Bret does win, I forget, or does gain the upper hand and gets a pinfall on him. And as Piper's come down for, 1, 2, come down for 3, and Cornette pulls Piper out. Of course, he gets a punch in the face for his efforts. They keep fighting. Eventually, once again, Yokozuna pretty much has it won. He goes up to the second rope and he slips. Like he's up there, and as he's looking, he just like starts trembling. And he just falls back, kind of weak sauce. Hart just rolls on top of him and hooks a leg. 1, 2, 3. Bret Hart wins the world title. I kind of forgot it ended that way. To be honest with you. Yokozuna chases Piper out, which I thought was kind of uncharacteristic. So I was like, I figure Piper just, even if he knows he's going to lose, he's like savage. He's like, fuck it, we'll just fight. But he runs, so Yokozuna chases him out, and then Bret Hart's out there with the title, and out comes Lex Luger. Really cool moment, because it's like, you feel bad for Lex, but man, Lex puts his hand out there, and they shake hands, and they hug, and he raises Bret's arm in victory. Out comes Piper, out comes all the celebrities. The locker room empties. Basically, it's Luger's celebration from SummerSlam, but this actually means something. And then, of course, one of my favorite moments is you get Owen kind of back in the shadows, looking on like he just defeated Bret, and yet Bret has went on to win the world title. So I really like that little moment right there. Just that moment where they look at each other, and of course, Owen's just kind of, I got your number. I've already beat you once. And now I'm going to take the title from you. I really dug that, so there you have it. Let's talk about some aftermath. Let's talk about the fallout from this match itself. And really all revolves around Bret more than anything else. Bret would, him and Owen would continue their feud. Like, this feud would go on for the rest of the year. Of course, Owen would win the King of the Ring. Of course, he had a little help from Jim Neidhart, the Anvil. And so Anvil kind of aligned with him. And of course, Owen doing what his brother Bret did the year before, became the King of the Ring, became known as the King of Hearts, which I really liked. And then at SummerSlam, it would be brother versus brother for the title cage match. Bret would win. However, after the match, he's attacked by Jim Neidhart and Owen, which brought out a returning British Bulldog, David Boy Smith, to help even things out. Of course, he would join Bret Hart on that side. And then, of course, this would lead to a match. And I'm not sure how Bob Backlund got himself inserted in this whole thing, but Bret Hart versus Bob Backlund in submission match. And then, of course, Owen kind of convinced the mother, Helen, to throw in the towel. Like, he was faking concern for his brother, the guilt tripper, into throwing the towel in, costing Bret the title. So Bob Backlund will win the world title right there. And it was funny I noticed about this is like literally during his entire reign in '94, Bret's, he does not have one single main event title defense. Not one. That's insane right there. Like, seriously, you think he'd have at least one? No, not one. So yeah, there you go. That's what the WWF thought of him. They're like, you're a world champion, but you're not going to main event shit. So yeah, what about this match? I like it. Once again, I think it's been a while since I've seen the entire card. I have seen the ladder match more times than I care to admit, and I've seen the opening bout quite a few times. And I'm sure if I watched the rest of it, I probably would be like, this ain't as good as I remember it. The main event, same way. Like, and then if anything else, I loved the main event as a kid. I was just like, Bret finally does it. Bret's, he's world champion. And then as I'm kind of rethinking about it, I'm watching now. I'm just like, wow, this main event isn't that great. Piper was killing me as a special referee. Like, I love Piper. Love the guy to death. Actually met him once. He was at a horror convention, and dude's super nice. Got my picture taken with him. We were both wearing sunglasses, like in They Live, and he took his picture with me. Fucking sweet. But dude, as a referee, he was horrible. He was like fast counting everything. Like, it'd be outside the ring. He was like 1, 2, 3. They're both knocked out in the ring. 1, 2. Like, he was just really fast counting. It's funny because there's a moment toward the end when Bret Hart's outside and he's like fast counting, but when he gets like 6 or 7, he's like, oh shit, I better slow down because he's not even close to getting back up. And he just kind of leans out there. He's like, all right, Bret, you come back in. 8. Come on, get back in here. No, it was just like, it was so obvious that like he fast counted him and had to slow it down at the end. But yeah, actually this match was okay. Once again, I guess they were just kind of correct the injustice they did the year before. So, To me, what makes this match the best is the celebration in the end. And then just the moment of Owen staring down at his brother from the aisleway. That to me kind of makes it all. But as far as the match itself goes, the fact that you start the era of Bret Hart, this new title reign, he won a title because Yokozuna slipped. That was it. He didn't even finish him. He didn't even do a move to him. Literally, Yokozuna slips off the second rope, and then Bret was smart enough for all that, and then just roll on him. That's it. So, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Overall, I mean, I'm thinking the match is okay, but it's not as good as I remember it. And, it's not really the greatest, even now, as I'm saying it. But, what can you do? Let me know what you guys thought about this match. Let me know in those comment section down below. Just drop your thoughts of the world title match between Yokozuna and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10. And then, that's all I got. Guys, taking the next couple weeks off from the main event. Now, I'll still be doing my WCPW stuff. I'll still be doing my Mid-Card Mania and whatnot. But just taking a couple weeks off just to kind of, recharge. No main event for the next couple weeks or anything. When we come back, though, Spring Stampede, which sounds like a hoot. That's all I got. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.